virtual career fair, Hire the Future with JobStreet and Tech in Asia. We will begin in a few minutes. In the meantime, we invite all of you to join our social media contest as JobStreet has exciting prizes waiting to be given away. You can join by simply sharing a post related to the event on Facebook using our official hashtag Asia's Biggest Virtual Career Fair. Don't forget to set your post to public and tag JobStreet so our friends from Comco can see them. Thank you.
TakeOffPhilippines.
Good afternoon once again, everybody, and welcome to the press launch of Asia's biggest virtual career fair, Hire the Future with JobStreet and Tech in Asia. We will begin in a few minutes. Once again, we invite all of you to join our social media contest as JobStreet has exciting prizes waiting to be given away. You can join by simply sharing a post related to the event on Facebook using our official hashtag Asia's Biggest Virtual Career Fair. Don't forget to set your post to public and tag JobStreet so our friends from Comco can see them. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. everyone. Good afternoon once again. My name is Carla Aguas, your host for I hear all it's so nice to see all of your faces again, and I hope you're as excited as I am for what's about to unfold today. Don't forget that you can use our chat box to send in your greetings, messages, and any questions you may have. Also, for easier reference, please encode your name and your publication as your display name for our Zoom. Now, with the pandemic transforming the work environment, digital and tech related opportunities have become in demand, making it one of the most stable careers in these challenging times. And what better way to leverage this than bringing together hirers and candidates in one virtual career fair? In partnership with Tech in Asia, a Singapore and Jakarta based technology news website, JobStreet is introducing Asia's biggest virtual career fair, Hire the Future, happening on March 9 to 11. I can't wait to share more details with everyone. But before we begin, allow me to introduce you to our speakers for today. Philip Gioca is a leader who combines perseverance and talent to get things done, goals accomplished, and dreams realized. As the country manager of the country's largest talent sourcing website, he has repeatedly rallied the company toward the advocacy of a job for every Filipino. He has established collaboration with government agencies like DOLE and POEA. He has also worked with NGOs like Project Inclusion, PH Business for Social Progress, and private institutions to increase access to available job opportunities in the country and on is a leader helping Filipinos get access to job opportunities in the country. As the sales manager of the Philippines' largest talent sourcing website for 11 years, Paul has led the local adaptation of hiring innovations to expand JobStreet's innovative services and solutions. Today, JobStreet is more than just a job board, but a career and talent partner for more than 30,000 employers in the Philippines. So get excited, everyone, because later on, Sir Philip and Sir Paul will discuss all the exciting activities happening at Hire the Future from March 9 to 11. For the past years, JobStreet has taken a crucial role in helping our job market recover from the impact of the pandemic. And one of their major initiatives, as you know, is the virtual career fair. JobStreet has launched several online job fairs nationwide, and they also collaborated with the Civil Service Commission for government virtual career fairs. I know, and I'm sure most of you here have been witnesses to that. And again, we can't thank you enough for all of your support. Needless to say, we've launched thousands of opportunities and have empowered thousands of candidates amidst these times. But JobStreet's commitment doesn't end here because we're making it even bigger this time around. In this initiative, more than 900 hirers support Hong Kong, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and the Philippines will participate in the simultaneous virtual career fair with thousands of local digital and tech-related opportunities that await our candidates. And to give us a bit of a teaser for Hire the Future, Asia's biggest virtual career fair, please watch this video.
Work it, make it, do it, make sense. Harder, better, faster, stronger. More than power, power, never, ever. After work is over, get up and make it. We got the faces, girl, that power. Work is over, get up and make it. We got the faces, girl, that power. Work is never over, work it, make it. We got the faces, girl, that power. Work is never over, work it, make it. We got the faces, girl, that power. Work is never over, work it. Working harder, doing faster. Work is never working harder, doing faster. Hour after hour, work is never over.
That was so cool. I'm super looking forward to that. And I'm so sure that our candidates searching for jobs right now are as well. So, without further ado, please help me in welcoming Mr. Philip Gioca, JobStreet Philippines country manager, who will tell us more about this program and give us more insight on digital job trends and an overview on the upcoming virtual career fair. Sir Philip?
Thank you, Carla. Thank you for that energy. And before I start, I feel very nostalgic because it's been 2 years that you guys in at the back of my screen, I know are real people helping us out to distribute the information about JobStreet initiatives. And it's like, nostalgic because it's been 2 years and today is just the opening of the new normal for NCR and any other provinces. So I'm really, really grateful for all of you for helping us out through these years of, bringing this information, real information about jobs, about openings, about what's happening in the labor market. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And now it's also another new for us. So we started with this virtual career fair with the government, and now they've seen, or our principal have seen, that the virtual career fair is really effective in bringing the right information to candidates, job seekers, and hirers. And so we are now embarking into a new type of virtual career fair. And this is not just happening in Philippines, but it's happening in all countries where JobStreet, JobsDB, and Seek are operating. So another milestone for us now on March 1. That will happen very soon. Okay? So just going back to the Philippines, what is happening? If there is some things that are happening out of normal, the pandemic has actually changed a lot of our landscape in terms of jobs and labor. And because of that, many things happened, faster things happened towards digitalization and automation. So how does the job landscape after the pandemic, I wish this correct term, after the pandemic, that has happened? So many years ago, we hardly see the terminologies like virtual assistant, content creators, app developers, UX or user experience designer. These are very rare. But nowadays, it's a staple, in fact, more in demand jobs than the usual jobs that we see. Next slide, please. In fact, today you will find thousands of job openings looking for virtual assistants, content creators, app developers, and UX designers. That you and many other jobs or titles that you haven't heard in the last 5 or 10 years. Next slide, please. So that's this pandemic actually altered the way we do things, the way labor market is now behaving, because right now, and this is the goal of this career fair, is that we are highlighting the need for tech and digital. Next slide, please. So if you would see, and why are we trying to highlight digital and automation? Because you will see that in post-pandemic, when you look at the job roles, you will see that those roles that are into IT, into digitalization, and automation are the most resilient jobs as compared to those with so much manual interventions. When you look at the industries, on the top right, you will see that these are the industries. Tourism are mostly affected by the pandemic, but as you go down the line, you will see that when you are involved in industries with technology and has shifted to automation and digitalization, that industry becomes very resilient. So when you look at, the job trends further down the road, you would see that IT, sciences, research, financial institution will be the most resilient job roles and industries in the future. Next, please. And therefore, the job market is actually demanding more digital transformation through the recruitment of digital natives, digital transformators, and tech savvy individuals. Next slide, please. You would see that in Asia, why we are embarking on this is that there's a lot of investments made in Asia to transform companies, to transform talents to be in the digital related jobs and industries. In fact, there is $165 billion invested in Asia trying to look for ways and means to digitalize the industry and put more tech into many countries to solve what can be done in the future. And so this slide will tell you that there is really a growing need and trend going to modern IT related jobs. Next, please. And so, for us to have a better way to connect jobs and talents plus the hirers, we embark on partnering with TakeOffPhilippines, which is a digital platform based in Asia, particularly here in Indonesia, for us to have a fresher way of, using technology and digital jobs. Next slide, please. So again, Tech in Asia is based in Asia, primarily in Singapore, Tokyo, and Jakarta. And this will help us connect talents with hirers. Next, please. With the ultimate goal, next slide. Okay, with the ultimate goal of bringing our top talents and employers to make a mark in the tech industry and beyond. Next, please. Next. Okay, back to you, Carla. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much, Sir Philip, for that introductory presentation to Asia's biggest tech career fair, Hire the Future, presented by none other than JobStreet and Tech in Asia. It's really amazing how digital transformation has basically shaped our job market landscape so far. And it's great that it has brought about more opportunities for our job seekers. So, our media friends, once again, if you have any questions, don't be shy. Type them in the chat box and include your name and your publication. And later on, we'll be sure to answer them during our media Q&A. So don't be shy. Send in those questions right now. So Before we move on to our next speaker, once again, I also want to remind you guys, you can join our social media contest and get a chance to win prizes from JobStreet. Let me tell you, JobStreet prizes, it's insane. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. All you have to do, share a post related to today's event on Facebook using the hashtag Asia's biggest virtual career fair, and make sure your post is public, okay? And tag JobStreet, because later on we're gonna announce our winners. Now, to learn more about what's going to happen in the upcoming virtual career fair and what's in store for our candidates, let's hear from JobStreet Philippines' sales manager, Mr. Paul Tuazon.
Thank you, Carla, and a bigger thank you to everyone here with us this afternoon. Echoing what PG said earlier, Philip said earlier, you guys help us bring to life all these initiatives that we have. So, like a major thank you to everyone here. So our career fair is going to be happening on March 9 to 11. We still have a little over a week to pre-register, and so we invite everyone to share the word to everyone so we can have more candidates be affected by this initiative, and connect them to better careers. Next slide, please. So we have a lot of companies joining in the Philippines. Some of the notable brands we have here that are very well known in the IT space. We have Globe there. We have IBM. We have PPLDT. Among others. And if you're gonna look at the list that we have here on screen right now, there are some companies there that might not be the traditional IT hires. But as PG shared earlier, there's a lot of digital transformation happening in our current marketplace. Like non-traditional IT hires moving into the digital space. We have retail companies hiring more and more different positions to put up their digital storefronts, among others. So it's really a lot of different companies hiring in this career fair. Next slide, please. Right, and some of the jobs that we have available here, the top roles in IT. Here we have the IT help desk, even like something as creative as a Japanese bilingual IT developer, because we're also big in the BPO sector for offshoring to the Philippines, and a lot of different IT positions here. In fact, IT has been one of the fastest growing specializations that we've been hiring for within JobStreet. In the last quarter, we had about 28,000 jobs in the Philippines. From our 10th highest posted job 2 years ago, right now it's the third highest posted job in the country. So really, the importance of this specialization with our local market. But we're not only hiring IT roles in the Philippines. No? As you will see in the next slide, we're also looking at different positions, different specializations, not limited to IT. We have the customer service representatives, finance roles, engineering roles, among others. The market has indeed opened up. Non-IT roles in the last quarter, we had about 200,000. This is in October, November, and December, wherein our market typically slows down in terms of hiring because of the Christmas break. But still, 200,000 jobs for the Philippine market. The pandemic, we see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're alert level 1 today, so hopefully that continues on, and we get back to the new normal that we have here. But going back to the topic at hand, we're really hiring for a lot of different specializations in this career fair. Next slide, please. And the career fair being the biggest career fair in Asia, or our tech career fair in Asia, we do have a lot of brands joining in from the other countries. We have Shopee, Gameloft, Dell, IBM. We even have TikTok there. So, really a lot of major players across the region joining the job fair. So we're expecting to have a lot of jobs available for everyone on the platform. Next slide, please. So, other than the actual application, other than the actual career fair, a lot of our job seekers look forward to the event or to the different things that happen in the job fair. So right now we're going digital, we're going We're continuing to improve our platform as well, and we have a full host of a suite of activities for our job seekers also. So we're gonna have an office tour with Jacob Angeli. He's the CEO of of Food Panda there, and then we're also gonna have a career sort of a tech talk, no, for our candidates, so they can know more about the roles that they're going to be applying for, especially for the fresh graduates. No, if they don't know how it is to be to be in a certain role. So we're gonna have two on the first day. We're gonna have like a day in the life of a product manager and a day in the life of a data scientist. No? And then we're also gonna have a special Ask Lena episode that's gonna be sponsored by Ingram, and it's gonna be shown on the ABS-CBN News. There, and then on day two, we're gonna have an office tour again with Cecilia Chu. No? She's the CEO of UTrip. Naman. And then we're also going to have a talk about Gcash by Martha Sazon. And continuing on to our tech talks, no, it's that for day two, we're going to have a day in the life of a front end engineer also. No, so on this day also, we're going to have our first recruiter files. No, so this is more about recruiters talking about how they hire. No, so for this day, we're going to have how I hire engineers. No, so this is not only going to be useful for the recruiters, obviously the different how they hire, maybe they get some tips there, but also for the candidates when they want to listen in and how it is to be successful whenever they go for an application as an engineer. And then on the last day, on day three, we're gonna have an office tour with Mike Trong. So he's the group head for Grab. So be nice to see their office. And then we're gonna have one more tech talk. It's about the digital marketing manager, how it is, what the day-to-day is in the digital marketing space. And then our last recruiter file, which is for startups, which is a very exciting space for us. No, PG shared earlier, there's a lot of investments happening in Asia. So we have a lot of candidates who want to work for a startup. It's good to set their expectations also. And for our recruiters that want to learn how it is to hire for a startup, because it has its challenges also. So it's going to be a very interesting set of talks. But continuing on now, I just want to share with you like some new things of what we did for this virtual career fair. It's not our first virtual career fair, but we do have some improvements with this round. So, but before sharing with you the new things that we have on the career fair, first thing, our candidates would have to pre-register. So this is a very quick pre-registration process. And then update their profile. No? So of course, very basic naman. We just want to have like the hirers know yung basic profile of our applicants. And right after that, they can just start applying already. With that, they're also gonna have their own dashboard. No? So this is a newly designed dashboard for them. No? So they can track all their activities. Again, there's gonna be a lot of jobs. There's gonna be a lot of messages exchanged. So they want to be able to track all the activities that they have there. So they can save jobs, they can apply for jobs. They can also have like scheduled interviews within the dashboard. And then they can also bookmark their webinar. So like the topics that I showed earlier, if they want to attend there and then they want to set a reminder, they can do that there. And for me, most importantly, what a job fair really is also that instant communication with the hirers. So on this dashboard, they can also have the messaging very quickly with each employer that they want to have questions. They want to have quick clarifications about their applications. It's all going to be happening on this dashboard. Now, moving on to the next slide, also the job searching experience. There's going to be a lot of companies. There's going to be a lot of jobs. So we want to make sure it's simple, but it's full featured. So in this site, for existing JobStreet users, it will be very familiar. They're going to be able to search by job title. They can select specific industries if they want to, target specific industries and even locations. Again, it's going to be a multi-country, multi-region affair. So we want to have them be able to look for the one that matches what they're actually looking for. Okay, next slide, please. And this one is exclusive for the Philippine market. We're going to have a raffle for our candidates. So to join the raffle, very simple. So the only thing that they have to do is to make sure that they're pre-registered. That's it. No? And then after they're pre-registered, we're going to be announcing the winner on March 9 during one of our Facebook Live events. So that's all we're asking for. No applications even, no? But hopefully they find their dream job there. No? And we're going to have some exciting prizes. So we have tablets, we have phones, smartwatches, even a professional mic there, no? And for our grand prize, a laptop. No? So some very exciting prizes for our candidates. No? Hopefully they find a job and they get a cool gadget along the way. That would be the best thing. No? So I invite everyone to please share. This is our QR code for you guys who wanna pre-register, or for you guys so you can share it to your readers. And just a big thank you to everyone again. And back to you, Carla.
Thank you so much, Sir Paul. Grabe, may job opportunities, may bagong dashboard, may raffle pa. That's the thing with JobStreet, guys. It's always a winner. So again, thank you so much, Sir Paul, for sharing with us all of the exciting things and activities that await our job seekers, not just in the Philippines, but across Asia as well. It's definitely a can't miss event for applicants who are exploring opportunities in digital or tech industries. And now, if you want to know how you can register and navigate the platform, watch this video. And there you guys have it. Applying for jobs in the digital world couldn't be easier. Candidates now have the opportunity to access thousands of jobs available through their screen and from the comfort of their own home. Again, we're inviting all of you to spread the word and encourage job seekers to register now. Right now. And not only that, guys, because we have exciting prizes for our candidates as well. As mentioned by Sir Paul earlier, applicants who will pre-register to the virtual career fair will already qualify for the raffle on March 9, where they will get a chance to win gadgets and tech accessories. Brought to you by JobStreet. That laptop, it's haunting me. So follow their Facebook page for further announcements. And now, it's time for the much-awaited media Q&A. Again, feel free to type in all of your questions in the chat box, and our friends from Comco will gather them and send them to me. I would like to call on Sir Philip and Sir Paul once again to join me as we talk about some of your questions. So guys, lots to get through, lots to unpack. Sir Paul, first question. Are job opportunities on the platform exclusive for tech graduates only? Because you said it's digital and tech opportunities, right? And are there positions available for job seekers who specialize in other industries?
Definitely. Although we're highlighting tech and the digital world, we do have openings for different skills, different industries, different specializations. We have a wide variety of different hires also joining. We have over 200 hires joining in the Philippines. And we also have those hires coming from the other countries. So we have a huge variety of hires joining. And most of them have IT openings. All of them have IT openings, but a lot of them also have non-IT openings or non-tech openings. So everyone can join this career fair.
That's so exciting. Okay, one more, Sir Paul. Are there job opportunities then for fresh graduates or let's say senior high school graduates?
Definitely. Uh, again, with a huge variety of hires, a huge variety of different positions, also from fresh graduates to undergrads. We have we just have those openings on the career fair. We our market is also opening up to like undergrads. A lot more jobs available to undergrads also in the market. And beyond the career fair also, we do have the JobStreet website, wherein we have on any given month maybe around 60 to 80,000 jobs every month. So that's somewhere that they can go to look for the job that best suits their wants and their capabilities as well.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Sir Paul. That's really great. It's very encouraging as well for all job seekers out there, not just those who specialize in tech or digital, and those that have graduated senior high as well. That's fantastic. Okay, we've got a question here for Sir Philip. Sir Philip, this is from Enzo Luna of Metropolar. Will this trend in high demand of IT and digital job talents, will it remain in post-pandemic environment? Like, will it remain there? And how would a hybrid work environment become more advantageous to job seekers? It's a good question.
Wow, yes, indeed. It's a good question. It's a long, it's twofold. So let me try to dissect it first. So yes, we believe because of our studies, we conducted two
Mm.
studies that the IT will be the future jobs because number one, you look at the generations working today. 5 years to 10 years from now, most of the generations will be on the Gen Y, the millennials, and the Gen Z. And coming up with is the new generation called Alpha. All of them are digital natives, and therefore digitalization is really on the fingertips. Aside from that, there is what we call resilient jobs or jobs that will be relevant in the future, and there will be jobs that will be irrelevant in the future. So our study with the Boston Consulting Group reveals to us that majority of the jobs that will be relevant in the future, and when I say future, this is 5 to 10 years from now, is all about digital and digital in nature. And therefore, it's important for us to upskill and upgrade our skills to be digital savvy. It doesn't mean we need to learn programming or IT. We don't need to be that. What we need to do is upskill to a level where we are not afraid to experiment on using different platforms such as JobStreet platforms and other platforms like social media, able to communicate better using both face to face and virtually. And that goes to the second. We advocate hybrid. And why do we say that? We think today that pandemic is over. I really hope it's over. But it's not. It means that we continue to be safe and be vigilant in making sure that we follow protocols. But there is always already an attempt to reopen the market because for a good reason. We humans need personal interaction. We needs the economy to spike up again so that will be a much better to be able to sustain the future of this country. So hybrid is the best way forward because it gives us the flexibility to be at home when needed
Mhm.
and to be in office when there is a need. Now, the other thing about hybrid is that in the Philippines, it's not just the pandemic. When it comes to rainy season, when there comes a volcanic eruption because disaster, this is already your business continuity plan. That's why hybrid really something that we advocate.
That's
All right.
fantastic, sir. That's a really good point. Okay, I'm not going to let you rest yet. We got another question for you, Sir Philip. I hope you're ready. This one is from Joel Escol of Mindanao Daily. Hi, Joel. Thanks for your question. Since JobStreet opened office in the Philippines, how many have registered so far? And then after you answer that, may follow up. So how many have
Okay.
registered so far? So far?
Okay, so we've been here in the Philippines for 20 years plus. Okay, as far as Paul
I'm
and I
only
are
18.
concerned. So we have already 14 million candidates who registered in the platform, working with 30,000 plus employers in the Philippines. So that's a massive, um, breakthrough for the last 20 years of work.
That's incredible. Okay, so the follow up is, can you guys have data on how many were hired so far from the qualified Filipinos, or maybe like a ballpark?
Okay, so I'll give you a proxy because we have to understand that JobStreet is not a hiring platform. We are
Mm-hmm.
a connecting platform. We connect
Yes.
the candidates and the hirers, and it's up to them whether the candidate is fit or not. So, as a proxy, what we normally say as a success is that the number of total jobs that we have on the platform. So we assume that today we have around 90,000 jobs in any given time. So today we could say that there are 90,000 that were hired as a proxy of hiring, because we need to understand that we are not tracking the hires. It
Mm-hmm.
is the responsibility of the employers who actually track the hires.
Okay, I hope that answered your question. Thank you, Sir Philip. Okay, this one for Sir Paul. I like this question too, from James Marang of Tech and Lifestyle Journal. So, Asia's biggest digital career fair will be region wide. Does this mean that there will be job opportunities that will enable applying to or getting hired by employers in another country in the region? That's a really good question. And then the follow up, Sir Paul, will
Oh,
such setup remain in remote setting, or will the employers require relocation? Ooh, that's
okay.
true.
Yeah. So I answer that in two parts. So it is the region's biggest career fair.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but just to clarify, there will be roles posted across the region, and those job fairs will all go together. However, we do have POEA regulations in the Philippines, wherein we can foreign hires cannot directly hire individuals. Okay, in the Philippines, they have to go through a recruitment agency.
Mm-hmm.
So, as JobStreet, we follow all those regulations. So, that's one. So that's the answer to the first question. So, what we'll have on the career fair would be primarily Philippine companies hiring locally. On the next part of the question is, will the hirers be in remote work, or would they require to be working on site? So as JobSeek, we're a big proponent of the hybrid work setup. However, there are companies that would require their employees to go work on site, and we understand the value of these
Yeah.
setups as well. And but there are more rules compared to pre-pandemic also that would be working off-site permanently. So that's a long answer to a very simple thing. No, so there will be a variety of different rules, different work setups available on the career fair.
That's why pre-register, people. Tell all of your friends and family. Tons of opportunities. Get a job street. Okay, here's another question. This is also very interesting. Sir Paul, Sir Philip, whoever wants to answer. It's from Ariane Merez. What role specifically has the highest demand in the Philippine job market for 2022? And what do you think drives the demand for this role? For those that maybe want to know talaga, no, the specific role.
Okay, very good question. The biggest demand remains to be the IT enabled call center jobs, customer service related. Okay, so there are two factors why it still is in demand. Number one,
Mhm.
BPOs or call centers remain to be the most resilient industry in the Philippines, even during pandemic.
Mhm.
because now the market is reopening and we are now servicing, multitudes of countries. These BPOs and call centers are actually expanding specifically today because they want the market is reopening, and so many more principals require um, customer serving. But having said that, there are actually more jobs that are now in demand in terms of the tech and IT, and that's why
Mm.
we are getting this now. The clincher is this: IT jobs are paying 10x than normal jobs, but the talent is very rare. That's why many of us would like to highlight this kind of talents in the Philippines because we know they're all over the place. And so if we bring them up, such as the hirers will find out that we are actually full of IT talents and tech talents, and that's why it's important for us to connect them with the right career and the right hiring companies.
Mm. Thanks, Sir Philip. That makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad, that you were able to say that as well, because it's really an opportunity as well for people, especially the ones who are looking for certain jobs, no, very specific ones. They can really see what is in demand and what roles are really in demand right now. So there's actually a question here from Denison Oy of Astig PH. I love it. Photo finish talaga mga Pinoys eh. Can companies or recruiters still join the fair? How or who do they contact? Do you guys want
Okay.
to mention how exciting this is?
So, unfortunately for this specific job fair, we've closed the registration already. But to note, we have 230 hirers in the Philippines, which is by far the biggest virtual career fair that we've had. For the ones that want to join, we're still gonna be having more career fairs in the future. We can keep them posted. We're gonna make some announcement on our social media pages, and if they have an account with us, they can contact their account manager so they could be lined up for the next career fair. So, we're making that experience better and better. So, the next career fair will be even better. I assure you guys.
I think it's great because after every fair, you guys just keep adding new things and improving so many things. So it really becomes such a personal experience as well, where people aren't intimidated. Because it can be really intimidating when you apply for a
That's
job or
true.
when you look at the different roles. So the fact that JobStreet makes it so easy with that dashboard, oh, honey. Okay, now this one is a good follow up for it as well from Richard from the Newsmakers. Will these virtual job fairs continue even if there are face to face events now? Do you guys think you're going to do a hybrid setup of career fairs?
Yes, the answer straight out, yes, we will continue this because we find this more efficient, and you can launch it in any place, anytime, anywhere. But also, we also do miss the face to face one.
Yeah.
If there are opportunities, why not, right? We could have this scaled so fast. And so let's see. But the answer is yes, we will continue both whenever possible.
Woo, woo, that's so exciting. So many virtual and non virtual career fairs. Okay, last question from Irma Isip of Malaya. Can any of you mention the other companies in the region which are participating in the job fair? And maybe if you can give salary ranges of these. I love it, Irma.
Like I mentioned earlier, we have big names joining um, in the Philippines and across the region. In the region, we have Lazada, Shopee, TikTok, Dell, IBM. A lot of big names across the region. And locally, I just want to mention it again. We're gonna have like big names also, SM Supermalls. We have IBM also local in the Philippines. We have BDO Unibank. Um, you know, um, we have already a lot of hires joining. So a lot of big names, a lot of big brands joining, and more important than the big brands, like a lot of really good careers behind those brands.
I think that's what makes it so exciting. These are brands that people know, companies that people, use or they purchase from. So it's a really great opportunity to see what's out there. Thank you so much, Sir Paul and Sir Philip, for taking time to answer all of our questions to the friends that we have here with us today. media friends, if you have any more questions, you can leave them in the chat box. Don't be shy. Sure to assist you. They can answer those questions as well. So keep sending them in. All right. So thank you, Sir Philip, Sir Paul. We'll see you guys again in a bit. And I know the rest of you are excited to know people.
Take off Philippines.